Hi everyone and welcome to Nasha's Art. Today I'm going to show you how to make this 3D structure or sculpture made of lots of cardboard pieces. It's a totally sustainable project because you're reusing old pieces of cardboard boxes that you've found lying around, and it's also really fun. Let's get straight to it. Hope you enjoy. The first thing you want to do when making this structure or this sculpture is to make the base for it. So I usually like to make a square base or a circular base. You can choose. I'm going to do a circular base, and I've just found a random circular object. You could use a plate or a bowl, whatever will give you a nice clean circle. Once you've got that, you need to cut it out. Okay, so once you've got your base shape cut out, I chose circle, but like I said, you could choose a square or a circle for your base shape. You then need to cut out some slightly smaller shapes for your actual sculpture. So this is where you need to choose what you would like to do. You could choose to just do all your shapes circles, or just do all your shapes triangles, or any other of these shapes. You could focus on just using one kind of shape, or you could use a variety. You could decide actually you're going to just use regular shapes, you know, regular pentagons, regular hexagons, octagons, and that sort of thing. Or you could choose more irregular, random shapes. You know, we've got irregular pentagons here. They still have 5 sides, but they're not all the same length. Irregular hexagons, just random, more random shapes, scalene triangles. This is your choice, and it's your creativity that's going to come through here. The next step is to learn how to join the pieces that will make up our sculpture together. So here's an example. I'm going to show you now how to create this using these 2 pieces. So the first step is to make sure your scissors is at a 90-degree angle to the edge, and you cut maybe a ½ centimeter nick in the edge of that. Let's do it to the other one. Find an edge. I'm going to cut ½ centimeter nick in the edge. I'm now going to wiggle and jiggle these 2 pieces so that both nicks fit together to create a strong bond. And there you are. So that's how all of our pieces will fit together. Now you know how your sculpture will fit together. You may wish to add some paint and colour to your pieces before you put them together to form your sculpture. Okay, so I've finished painting all my pieces, and I've got a couple of little tips to tell you. Firstly, it would look much more finished if you paint along the very edge of each piece. You can do this in 2 ways, either with a brush, use the side of the brush, obviously dipped in paint, and dab it along the edge like this, or you could use a small sponge, dip part of the sponge in paint, and again just dab it along the edge like that. It will make your piece look much more finished. Number 2, the type of paint you need to use. You could either use acrylics or you could use poster paint. Either one that you use, you need to not use it too wet, because obviously this is cardboard and it can get really soggy. So those are my 2 tips. Once all your pieces are ready, It's then time to use your scissors, cut the little cut in the sides of them and assemble them together in the way that you would like, bearing in mind that this is the base that it will be attached to at the end. So that's what I'm going to do next. So I've started putting this together, and now I just need to think carefully about where I put the last few pieces, if I will use all of them at all. And so it's a good idea as you build to kind of hold the pieces in different positions to see where you want them to fit. I definitely want this one near the top, so I might have that there because I really like that pattern, and so you can get an idea of where you're going to place them. Here's the sculpture put together, and you can see that it looks quite exciting from different angles. The only thing left to do now is to attach the sculpture to the base. I usually use a glue gun for this because it's just a lot quicker, but you could put a blob of glue, like PVA glue, under each spot where the sculpture touches the base, and you would have to probably leave it for a few days to dry. But I'm going to use a glue gun now and attach the top to the base. I hope you loved this tutorial. Please do like and subscribe to Nasha's Art, or check out my other artwork